how much longer do you think Jimmy actually starts for this team?
So I know the reports have come out that he's very motivated in camp this year. He likes the competition, so that's all great and wonderful. But quite frankly, I mean, I made a whole article about this for SI. I don't buy a lot of the hype coming out of training camp. I go off of what I've seen. What have you done on the field? What have you done lately? And that's normally how I form my opinion about certain players. So in Jimmy's case, I haven't seen anything from him in a long time. He's either injured or he's by default handing the ball off. And that's a mixture of Kyle Shanahan not believing in him and also Jimmy just kind of not being an accurate guy, not being able to process information on the field. So, you know, there is sort of this mentality that sparks up in the fan base every once in a while that Jimmy is actually a great elite quarterback. He just needs to stay healthy and he can reach that point. I don't see it. I don't really know. I think he's shown little glimpses here and there. Again, I always bring up the Saints game because I think that was always his best game that he's had as a pro. But other than that, I think it's been very average performances across the board. So how long do I think Jimmy will start? He will start for as long as the 49ers are winning games. Whenever that stops, if they start to go on a extended losing streak, so let's say do I want to say two? Maybe three. I'll say 3 games. If they lose 3 games in a row or they're off to sort of a wobbly start, like 2-4 or something like that, I wouldn't be shocked to see the transition happen.
And I think with this topic, I kind of landed on this. Whenever Jimmy Garoppolo gets hurt, to me, is the second that Trey Lance starts and the second that we never see Jimmy again. I think if it's not going to be a football decision, just whenever Jimmy gets hurt at any point, even if it's for a week, if there's just that little glimmer, that little just window peak, right, where Trey Lance can fit himself in and play on this team, I think he's going to succeed, quite frankly, even if he's not as ready as you'd like him to be, because let's be real, Chris, like Kyle doesn't love passing the ball. And with Trey Lance, he's not going to be asked to pass the ball a lot. I think that's the thing that 49ers fans need to realize is as much as we hated seeing Kyle throw the ball 8 times in the NFC Championship game, take the ball out of Jimmy Garoppolo's hands, I think it's not going to be the same where he takes the ball out of Trey's hands, but he's going to run the ball even more with Trey because of Trey's ability alone. So I think with Jimmy, the second he gets hurt, Trey can come in, and even if he's not completely polished and ready as a passer, he can be successful in a lot of different ways for the 49ers, and they can win games. I mean, they can just wear teams down running the ball, right? But I think if I'm just looking at Jimmy specifically with this, where I kind of landed is I don't think Jimmy makes it past the trade deadline or too far past that point. It's about week 8, week 9. That's where it was last season. I don't think they've officially announced when it will be. But to me, if Trey Lance isn't like I just don't see a scenario where they can't put Trey Lance in the game, even though they might have reservations, even if they have reservations for him as a passer, because like I said, they're going to be running the ball so much. They're not going to put him into a position to where he can lose the 49ers games, right? He's not going to be put in a position where it's all going to be his fault. Whereas with Jimmy, in the position he's constantly put in, being the throwing quarterback of this team, if he throws a bad pick or if they lose 2 games in a row and there's one where it's really close and it seems like they should blow out a team, gosh, 49ers fans are going to get really loud really quick because they know that Trey Lance, I mean, I just don't know what Trey Lance can't do that Jimmy Garoppolo already is doing. I think that's kind of where I landed with this topic. I don't really know what Jimmy has to offer beyond being more experienced than Trey at this point in his career.
Yeah, 100%.